What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my NFL Wildcard Weekend Power Ranking. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. And yeah, let's just jump right into this. So I'm only going to be ranking the 14 teams that have made the playoffs, because it feels kind of pointless to rank all the other teams that didn't make the playoffs, because like their seasons are over. So yeah, only the 14 teams that made the playoffs. Okay, so at the number one spot, I am keeping the Buffalo Bills there. Now, the Buffalo Bills did not rest their starters. More importantly, they did not rest Josh Allen. And, yeah, they absolutely torched up that Miami Dolphins defense. Their offense scoring, I think it was like 49 points or something. Yeah, that's a lot of points, especially on one of the better defenses in the NFL, which is the Miami Dolphins. Now, Josh Allen, amazing game. Their wide receiver, I think his name was like Isaiah McKinney or something. He had 3 touchdowns on the game. So yeah, their offense is very high flying, and obviously when you score 49 points against a good defense like that, you expect that to carry over to the playoffs. And I do think that they will be able to roll the coast and score a lot of points. Now, their defense also was very good. Tua Tagovailoa, who I think only threw like maybe 1 or 2 interceptions up to that point, threw 3 interceptions against the Bills. I mean, like, yeah, that'll do, forcing 3 interceptions and getting that many takeaways. So, yeah, both the offense and the defense are trending in the right direction, and they're both getting better and better. And, yeah, I wouldn't want to play the Bills come playoff time. Okay, at number 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Kansas City Chiefs are a weird team. Now, they rested, like, all of their starters. I think Chad Henne was their starting quarterback. So, yeah, really can't take away their loss, take away much from their loss against the Chargers. But like the past few weeks that we've seen Patrick Mahomes and all those weapons play, they have not looked good. Have not looked good at all. Like last time they played, they only scored 17 points, and now because they're going to have 2 weeks off, that means that they're probably going to be rusty when they hit the field. So yeah, I not really expect, but there's definitely a possibility that the Chiefs can get knocked out in the divisional round, because just of how they've been playing as of late and just how rusty all their players are from coming off 2 weeks of constant rest. So yeah, there's definitely concerns where the Chiefs are, and right now they are not playing as well as the Bills. But I still keep the Chiefs ahead of the number 3 teams, which is the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers are also very interesting. Now, they played a good game against the Chicago Bears. It was a very close game going into the fourth quarter, but when they hit the fourth quarter, they just blew it open and held the Chicago Bears to 0 points, which is what you like to see. You face adversity and then you conquer it, and yeah, they won they won pretty definingly against the Chicago Bears, who also are in the playoffs somehow, some way. Now, everyone knows that the Green Bay Packers offense is very good. They're led by their MVP quarterback. I feel like there's no way you don't give it to anyone else other than Aaron Rodgers, considering that Mahomes did not play good in the back half of the season. So yeah, I feel like there's no way that you don't give the MVP to anyone but Aaron Rodgers. They also have another Aaron in the backfield, Aaron Jones, who is a very good running back, rushed for over 1,000 yards. Have Devontae Adams on the outside, probably a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. And yeah, that Green Bay Packers offense is very good. Now, their defense has actually been playing better. They held Derrick Henry to less than 100 yards, which is saying something considering that he rushed for over 200 last week. They also held the Bears in check. And the Bears also had been playing very good offense in the past few weeks, scoring like 30 plus in every game, and they held them to 16. So I definitely like where the Packers' 2 sides of the ball are heading. I just feel like that they'll be. I just feel like that they can't face the Buccaneers, because if they face the Buccaneers, I do think that they will lose. Okay, number 4, I have the Saints. They're at number 4 just because their offense performed that well without Alvin Kamara and their whole running room, and they had Ty Montgomery as their running back. Now, the Saints also are an interesting team, and they're definitely getting better come playoff time. Obviously, they're going to get all those running backs off the COVID list and coming to play in the Wildcard Weekend, and they are also getting Michael Thomas back, who is a big addition considering that he led the league in receptions last year. So, yeah, they're definitely getting better. Now, their defense, I don't really trust their defense a lot. They definitely fold against high-flying offenses, and like all these teams do have high-flying offenses, except the Bears and the Washington football team, and maybe the Steelers. But obviously, you're playing the Bears in the first round, so yeah, you are definitely like not going to play a high-flying offense, and the Saints defense should hold. But I do think that they will lose in the divisional round. Actually, they probably won't lose in the divisional round if they're playing the Seahawks, just because the Seahawks offense also hasn't been playing good. But anyways, yeah, I have questions about their defense, which is why they're at number 4. But their offense is very good, and that is also why they're at number 4 and not lower. At number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens, okay, they rushed for a lot of yards, a lot of yards against the Cincinnati Bengals. 400, oh dude, over 400 yards. How the hell do you even do that? Yeah, so their running game obviously very good. Now their passing game, definitely not as good as their running game, but like obviously it's very hard to be as good as their running game. But yeah, their passing game is definitely serviceable, but they're definitely lean on the run, which can cause problems when teams teams know what you're gonna do, and they're definitely gonna game plan to stop the run. Though like not many teams have been able to do that, so we'll see what happens. The Ravens defense played a very good game last week, and I feel like the Ravens are just trending upwards come playoff time. And like they definitely have a chance of making it to the Super Bowl, unless they play the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. Okay, number 6, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I if you guys watched my my playoff predictions earlier in the week, you'll know that I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing to my number 14 team, the worst team in the playoffs, the football team, and that is because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cannot face pressure. Like Tom Brady cannot face pressure. But when they aren't facing pressure, like these past few weeks, they played very bad. They played very bad defenses. Yeah, they could definitely do work. Now their offense, obviously, Mike Evans got injured. I think he's questionable to play. Who knows? But yeah, their offense is very high flying with all of those weapons on offense and Tom Brady. But again, if he doesn't have time to throw it, he won't do good. So that's obviously a real concern. Now, their defense also, it's like same thing with the Chiefs, If they play a bad offense, they look very, very, very good, dominating even. But if they play a good offense, they just fold. So, yeah. Also, questions with them. I just have them below the Saints and the Ravens just because even though they have a similar defense to the Saints and the Ravens, I just don't trust their offense as much as the Saints and the Ravens. Okay, number 7, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Steelers are an interesting team, so obviously looking at their offense, they are not able to run the ball, and for most of the year, they weren't able to throw the deep ball. Now, they did throw the deep ball last week, but that was just probably because Mason Rudolph was in the game, and they were able to throw the deep ball in the second half against the Colts, but you don't know if you're going to keep that up, but they definitely need to throw the deep ball to open up the running game and those short passes, which is the short passes are part of the reason why the running game isn't working, because everyone knows that they can just they have no regard for the deep ball, which means that everyone can just crowd the box because they know that even if you're going to pass the ball, you're not going to throw it deep, you're just going to throw it short. So yeah, definitely legitimate concerns on their offense, but their defense is very good. I mean, they got 4 sacks and they're probably 2 best defensive linemen. T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward. Well, T.J. Watt's actually an outside linebacker, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they weren't even playing against the Browns, and they still got 4 sacks. So you gotta just imagine how many sacks will get against the Browns with Joe Bitonio out and with all of their pass rushers back. So yeah, the Steelers, bad offense, good defense. Just put them kind of in the middle at number 7. Now number 8, I have the Titans again. The Titans are just probably the flip flop of the Steelers. Good offense, bad defense. I just put the Steelers ahead of them just because the Titans defense just shows no signs of improving. But the Steelers offense did show signs of improving against in the second half against the Colts, which is just why I have them just ahead of the Titans. Now the Titans, obviously, Derrick Henry, amazing running back, rushed for over 250 yards against the Houston Texans. And yeah, he should probably carry that momentum in the playoffs. And again, if you saw my NFL playoff prediction video, I picked the Titans to beat the Ravens. Now the Titans defense, that is a different story. It can't freaking stop anyone, man. It literally can't stop anyone. Can't stop the running game, can't stop the passing game. So yeah, legitimate concerns there, which is like when you get to the later half, like every team has a legitimate concern, and that is why the Titans are at number 8 and not in like the upper 5. At number 9, I have the Indianapolis Colts. Again, legitimate concerns. Their defense is not as dominant as it was in the beginning of the year. More able to, or it's like better suited to stop the run than the pass, but like most of these teams in the playoffs have very good passing games, and especially the team that they're playing, the Buffalo Bills. They can't run, but they can pass. So yeah, definitely concerns there. And also their offense, the running game obviously exploded last week with Jonathan Taylor rushing for 253 yards. But you don't know if that is sustainable, and I do not trust Phillip Rivers. So yeah, that is why they're at number 9 below the Titans, because I feel like the Titans will be able to beat them because the Titans have just such a good running game. And Ryan Tannehill should be able to torch up that defense. So yeah, I feel like the Titans would beat them, which is why I have the Colts below the Titans. At number 10, I have the Seattle Seahawks. I have them at number 10 because like so many people have the Seahawks in the top 5. I'm just like, are you guys seeing the same Seahawks team that I'm seeing? Because the Seahawks team that I'm seeing is not very good. It's actually not good at all. Now their defense, more specifically, has improved from the start of the season. Their pass rush is very good, which hides some of their deficiencies on the back end, because they can just get to the quarterback so soon that their like defense probably won't even have, or their secondary won't even have a time to mess things up. But their offense, man, like it was so good in the beginning of the season, but now it's just kind of garbage. Not gonna lie. Russell Wilson not playing a good game, not playing good games. Like it's sort of like Patrick Mahomes, man. Started off so good and just like tilted off. So, but Russell Wilson's decline has been like even more notable. Now Russell Wilson, like I'm pretty sure he just like averages a pick a game for like the final 8 games. So yeah, that is not good. Russell Wilson makes too many mistakes, and he doesn't throw for enough yards or enough touchdowns. And I mean, the running game is good, I guess, with Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde, but like, yeah, I just don't trust Russ right now. And yeah, that is why they're at number 10. Okay, number 11, I have the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns are in a tough spot. They are missing their head coach, missing their best offensive lineman, Joe Bitonio. Yeah, so the Cleveland Browns are an interesting team. They definitely want to pound the rock. Now, Kareem Hunt did not play a good game last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Nick Chubb definitely did play a good game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, like, with that in mind, you gotta expect that the Cleveland Browns are gonna lie more heavily on Nick Chubb rather than Kareem Hunt. But like the Browns defense, it's definitely an area of concern. They let Mason Rudolph torch them up. And yeah, so the Browns defense is not good at all. And their offense definitely has some limits because if Nick Chubb isn't going, then the whole offense isn't going. So yeah, that's why they're at number 11, even behind the Seahawks. Okay, number 12, I have the Rams. Now, the Rams are just here because they are better than the 2 other NFC wildcard teams that just are freaking hot garbage. Now, the Rams, I'm pretty sure, I think John Wolford is going to be playing. I know that Jared Goff still has a chance to play, but I mean, more than likely, it's going to be John Wolford, which means that they're going to be eliminated in the first round if it's John Wolford that's playing, okay? They're definitely going to be eliminated in the first round. So, the Rams obviously have one of the best, probably even the best defenses in the NFL. And their offense is going to be stagnant with John Wolford playing, and even with Jared Goff, it did not look very good for the past few weeks. So yeah, the Rams, amazing defense, but it's just like they have an even worse defense than the Pittsburgh Steelers. That like you just can't rely on them to score even more than 10 points. Okay, number 13, I have the Chicago Bears. I have the Bears of 13 just because of the team below them, the football team. So, looking at these 2 teams, both have good defenses, but I do think that the football team's defense is better than the Bears' defense, just because the Bears' defense just falls when they face any good team. But the football team has had no good quarterback play. Even with Alex Smith in there, he hasn't been playing good. And Antonio Gibson still is getting dealt, like he still has a turf toe, and Terry McLaurin is also kind of beat up. So yeah, their offense is going to be non-existent, and that is why the Bears have them, just because they'll probably have a better offense, even though they have Mitch Trubisky, just because of David Montgomery and Allen Robinson. So anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Too easy!